they're just ahead of their own race. Like,
Yeah.
they don't care about anything.
And yeah, I think they had the philosophy right for sure. Is the thing is like, Series S was a great idea for them to have. Like I mentioned earlier, it just makes too much sense for the Japanese consumer, especially what they held out so long with PS3 up until even now. Only now, okay, fine, we'll get a PS4, and then like, okay, and this makes more sense because it's cheap. But yeah, no, like yeah, that's why like we even know like when it comes to console war, like it's just Xbox, PlayStation, because they're the only ones that like. Because they're just different demographics. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, the whole thing. Like when you're entertainment, you compete with everybody. Like if you have money, oh, like do I go watch Marvel? Do I go play for a PS game? Do I buy a Switch or do I get a P? They're all technically competing with each other. Like 100%. Anyone who denies that, right? But when it comes to a specific market, no. Like there are some people who like for my kids, I'll Switch. Like that's just a given. Then whatever. Like there is obviously overlap when it comes to entertainment, but when it comes to specifically, we're saying, oh, console war. No, that's a different conversation. That's very specifically like we are catering to this demographic, and then the Switch does not appeal to the average core gamer. Like they can't play COD, boom, done. And then for like PC, it's too complicated. Oh, done. That's why like, and because we already talked in the last podcast too that like PC is just better in every way. Like it's easy to see people going from console to PC, but never the other way around. Because the biggest difference is just convenience. That's the number one reason why anyone still sticks to console. Heck, it's why I still primarily play console, right? It's just convenience. But like, I don't see anyone. I've never heard anyone go, yeah, I'm going back to console. I heard people who have console go to PC, but they're like, oh no, I still fuck with PC, but I still have a console. Like they do both. But I've never heard anyone say, oh yeah, I'm stopping PC for console. Like, hell no. Why would you if you're already putting up with the inconvenience of PC? Why would you go back to an inferior platform that runs at 30, shitty frame rate? Fucking games cost more. Like this is too much. It's too much. That's why, like, again, same with PC. Like I remember service. Like I hate when people do. Oh man, it's like PC's not even in the same realm. It's not even a part of the conversation. Like most normal like that's why like obviously we're gonna make a contest. PC is just gonna win. Like you can't beat something that's so flexible and customizable. Like you can't. You literally can't. The only reason you could say sales, like yeah, well obviously PCs don't touch fucking consoles because PCs aren't mainstream. The average person isn't gonna want to fuck with a PC. Like the only reason it's risen in recent years is because the gaming audience has become more aware. Like I said, in the FGC, even Japan, they're like, oh, I'll invest in PC because of the one frame input delay, right? And then kids who know because of Fortnite, they want to follow their favorite streamer. But tell me, how many of them even can get a PC? Like I said, good example, like, oh, the kids here like Fortnite, but they can't play because their dad hasn't been able to buy anything outside of a Switch. And even now, they've only been able to connect to the internet. That's the average person right now. And that's why when people PC grow, like, dude, I know that my neighbor next to me, his kids probably won't even get a PC till they're in their 20s. And they play Fortnite and everything, but at the end of the day, they're broke as shit. See, that's what I realized, that people need to realize that there is I'm not even obviously like privileged, right? But the main thing I'm trying to get is that people don't realize that when people think, oh, it's actually cheaper and easier to emulate this and that, like, but you do realize that it is still a privilege. Like, oh, how is that a privilege? Like, you have to be not poor enough to know PC's a platform, right? Like, if you're too poor, homie, you'll just buy whatever the closest use thing is. You won't even think about PC. You're too poor to have the luxury to think about PC. People don't realize that. And I hate when people try to say, actually, if you're poor, it is easier to be on PC. You're correct. It is. You can do this and that. But here's the thing. When you're poor, you lack knowledge, right? That's another thing that don't realize. You're too busy hustling and scrounging this and that. Like, good example. Like I've seen a good video that says, oh, when you're poor, you'll buy you'll bet one toilet paper. You can't buy a whole pack. Like, it is cheaper to buy a pack, but you're so poor, you can't even get that fucking pack. You probably don't even know it exists. And the thing is, that's the majority of people right now as it stands. Like, yes, it would be cheaper for people to save up to buy the pack, or yes, it would be way cheaper for them to get a PC and just emulate everything and pirate games. That would be the optimal solution when you're poor. But they don't even know that information is not readily available to them, Because probably most of those people didn't even graduate high school. They don't even know what a PC is. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like, again, just my whole thing reiterating that, consoles are definitely in the mainstream market, even for poor people, because they know what it is. Everybody talks about it, and you could probably get one at a pawn shop for $100 or some bullshit, right? And they'll just buy like 2 games and that's it. PC's not even in the conversation. It's just too expensive for them, and they don't know anything. Like, why would you you just look at a computer? Oh, it's a computer you do for work. They don't even know you can play games on it. That is the average Joe as it stands right now, and that's straight up not going to change until people are less poor. And the PC market really needs to understand, like, even though PCs, again, definitely they can be cheaper than a console and better, but you got to realize knowing about that is itself a privilege. Like, you have to not be poor to know about that. Because, dude, for the longest, again, I've been poor. I've been in the situation the kid is in now. I didn't know you could play shit until my dad had an XP, and I just happened to have a copy of fucking Sims. I was like, wait, you can play games on this bitch? Not like no mini game like Solitaire, like an actual full game. I only knew because I happened to like, oh shit, click. You know, but even then, I was still limited. I didn't know you could play like the same games. Like I didn't know you could play like Resident Evil 5 on a PC, right? I just thought like, oh, there's like specific games like Sims and SimCity, right? Like, oh, there was games, but it had its own market, which to the degree I was correct. But I just didn't know like, oh shit, you could play Street Fighter and Lost Planet on a PC, you know? Until I like when I started looking into it more, and then I realized like, wait a second, there's a lot of games on console on PC. What the fuck? You know, I genuinely thought it was its own entire ecosystem because again, I played SimCity 4, but SimCity 4 was not on PlayStation. You know, so I genuinely thought it was an entirely its own ecosystem. And to the degree the Switch is too, because like no one buys a Switch for third-party games. You go there for like the Nintendo games, like you said earlier. That's why, like for me, like again, they are in competition to each other with the casual market, right? For sure, I think closer to Nintendo, closer to the mainstream consoles. But when it comes to gamers, not even close, bro. They don't share the same market, not in the slightest. If you're a hardcore gamer, you're PC. That's not a contest. You're average Call of Duty. You're on fucking PlayStation, Xbox. You're just super casual, or you grew up with Nintendo, or a kid or a parent. You're on Nintendo. You know, like they do not appear to the same demographic in the slightest. That's why it's literally just Xbox and PlayStation. Switch and PC are not a part of the conversation. That's what I hate when people say, "Oh, the Wii won the console wars." Dude, the Wii was never a part of the console war in the slightest. I don't count people. I don't count the hundreds of Wiis in retirement homes for old people. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a reason that the Wii. I mean, don't get me wrong. We shit on the Wii, but then you play it like, okay, you know what? It's not a half bad system. It had some banger ass games for sure, right? But
They tried.
yeah, exactly. No, they
It
had,
was like a futuristic thing. It was like, oh, cool. You got two controllers.
and it's fun. It's fun for sure.
So that's separated.
But we definitely never, you know what I'm saying? In the conversation of console wars, you never really talk about. I hate when they say, "Oh, the Wii sold a lot," but here's the thing: how many games did they actually sell? And how And here's the thing: you ever notice that no games on the Wii ever were nominated for Game of the Year award, like ever, and for fairly good reason. Like even their best games, they were not gonna touch some of the bangers that PlayStation and Xbox had. Gears, Halo, Killzone, God of War. No, ni madres, way, ni madres. You know, that's why, like I said, Nintendo opted out to be a part of it once they entered the Wii, and they even say to this day, like, we don't want a part of that. And that's correct, and that's why the Wii sold. Because at the it's like here's the thing: console wars is okay, who's best console. But here's the thing: sales wars, that's a different thing. Like when it comes to sales wars, yeah, no, 100% fucking they won. They sold a shit ton of Wiis, a decent amount of games and shovelware, whatever. But when it comes to the console, no, not even close. Not even close. The Wii is not as revered as the 360 or the PS3, nor is it respected. And if you count like dude, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 alone probably sold more and made more money for Xbox and PlayStation than anything the Wii's ever released. We can agree on that, right? So in the short term, yeah, they might have sold the most consoles, but when it comes
to even add to that argument,
okay, go for it.
Well, and breaking down the whole idea of like just Call of Duty alone, just outselling every game within the category, I would even go as far as saying, even though like the Wii fucking sold like hotcakes, the only one game everyone always had was Wii Sports,
exactly,
or Wii Sports Resort, because it's literally the game that with the system itself.
Yep.
Even with that, in addition, how often are people mainly playing that? As a matter of fact, I would even go as far as saying that the main reason why the Wii ended up selling so well is really because Netflix. Netflix was very convenient for a lot of people being on the Nintendo Wii. For some reason, they kind of seem like the 360 and the PlayStation 3 is kind of like intimidating for them. Especially a lot of older people. Because I ran a gaming club that literally like donated Wii's to like old retirement homes, and after they were done playing with the game for 5 to 10 minutes, first thing old people would bring up, doesn't have Netflix, and like that's essentially what it turned into. So I'll even add to the fact that out of all the games, you could probably combine all the sales for all of their big games that came out for the Wii and choose one Call of Duty, and that one Call of Duty's outsold all of them.
Yeah, no, 100. I mean, getting 20 million sales is nothing to scoff at, bro.
And that will be in a night. That's just how big and popular. That just like tells you how big and popular the damn game is.
Right. That's why I hate when people make that argument. You know, so you get it, right? Like, because at the end of the day, like, yeah, it sold a lot of systems, but they're just glorified sports games and retirement homes. And how many of them are in pawn shops or Goodwills or just given away? Like, yeah, sure, they sold up most systems.
Like, people are literally just giving away their Wii's now, which is crazy to even think of, because now, like, if you're kind of like one of those retro guys, it's very easy for you to get a Wii. Like, you could probably just go into like a random thrift store right now, and they probably have a bunch of Wii's that are on sale. Like, you can go to like a garage sale and you'll see like a Wii or even two Wii's with the controller and everything there, and they're trying to sell it right there for like $30.
Pretty
Like,
much.
they're just trying to get rid of the stuff because damn near everyone had them because yes,
Yep.
it sold a lot, but when it came to the games, like not a lot of them really sold that well.
Exactly.
Like I remember when I finally found out about what was it? Was it Skyward Sword that came out on the Wii?
Oh yeah.
And like when I found out the sales on that game, the only reason I found out about the sales and how poor they were was because Breath of the Wild ended up selling so damn well, and they were so ecstatic about how well it sold. It was comparing it to all the other Legend of Zeldas. Skyward Sword was like damn near on the fucking bottom. That's comparing it to like old ass games that are like 30 years old now, like obviously Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time type shit. Like, that's insane. The
Right.
fact that those games did better. Well, then again, thinking about it, it's probably not insane because the N64 fucking slapped. It's Skyward Sword, you recall, it's Legend of Zelda, it should be a system song. Like, even when you look at the Wii sold this much, and then you look at how small percentage of people went out and fucking bought a Legend of Zelda game, mainly because it wasn't really a game console. It was that thing that you played with your family. At the Wii burners, my grandfather has like a mini list. He can literally just sit there half-assed, and he can read his Wii stick over into the fucking the reader bar. As long as he can read his wrist, he's fine. He'll just sit there all day and just like flick his wrist and strikes every day, every single moment. It's crazy. I've seen this man get literally 10 games in a row, nothing but strikes. It's fucking crazy. But that's as far as the Wii actually went when it comes to that shit.
Yep. Yeah, no, you right. Yeah, no, you nailed it, bro. Again, it's because it's not part of the conversation. It's just the Nintendo is nothing more than just a glorified casual machine. It's really hard to call it a serious game console. And again, like I said, it's fine. I have a Switch. I like Smash. And dude, the main reason I even bought a Switch. Why? Smash and to get BB Tag on Switch to get more people to train. That's it. It is a glorified BB Tag and Smash machine.
What is what?
Glorified BB Tag and Smash machine. Because bro, that bitch be getting dust. The Switch.
No.
My wife has a Switch, and I'm more of a Smash machine than a Switch. So.
And dude, I only whip it out for parties. Like, it's a party time to get out 8 controllers. That's the why I even it's my dedicated party machine. Like, it's good system, fun, whatever. With the portability, I don't care for it. But like the other thing is too, like I said, even their games, like they're solid, but like I said, dude, literally they're rated E for a reason. Like Zelda is baby's first Dark Souls. If you're a full grown ass man, you're like, oh, let me go play Dragon's Dogma. Because Dark Souls is for kids. No, Dark Souls is for kids trying to be men. Zelda's for kids knowing they're kids. It's like see. You got easy is Zelda, medium is Penis Souls, hard is Dragon's Dogma or any other Capcom game. Because everyone's Dark Souls games are hard. They're hard if you suck. Like, they're meant for you to beat them, right? Even the creator said that. Meanwhile, Capcom's like, hey, we want you to get clapped. It's like, why? We come from the arcade era. We want to steal your quarters. Like, it's the mindset alone tells you. See, Zelda's like, oh, we want to make this game easy, accessible. Look at this little puzzle. Dark Souls is like, okay, we're just making a normal game. Nothing too crazy. You can beat it if you give it a chance.
Also, make the game 157 hours. And on top of that, if you want anything to look cool, hours. That's what we're at.
Come join me, child.
Okay. All right. I'm inviting you? Yeah, but...
I'm inviting you.
Oh, funny. Well, where's the invite?
Oh, man, I'm not inviting you, but I have, an open invitation.
Oh, how the hell do you gotta do yokai row? Or no? Whatever.
Oh, never mind. Too late.
What now? What did you do?
Wait, how many people can join in on me?
A couple.
Oh, but only if I set up the cups beforehand, though, right?
Oh, you said cups. Whatever. Just finish the mission and get back to me, because there's a way to do it where you don't use cups. Anyways. But, yeah, nah. And the other thing is, like I said, like, the thing about Nintendo, they're good. Like, to me, I like a good Zelda and a Metroid game. I don't really care for the other ones, right? Especially not Pokemon. Pokemon's just too boring and easy and simple. And that's the biggest trend with Nintendo games. Like, if you're a gamer, like, 90% of the titles will not entice you unless it really appeals to you. And Zelda's like a good blueprint of this is how you make a Dungeons and Dragons game. Here's your sword, here's a puzzle, solve it. Oh, here's a new two, and then you keep doing it. But it does it in such a simple way, and it's satisfying. Same with Kerbo. But like I said again, am I really gonna be like, if I given the choice, am I gonna go play Switch for Zelda and Smash, or can I stick to the PlayStation and play Street Fighter and Dank Souls? I'm gonna go with the more manly versions of what's on the Switch. Again, that's why I said completely different market. That's why, like, dude, you guys agree with me. Have you guys ever seen like people who are like, you could tell they're like Nintendo fanboys or players, and you look at them and you go like, man, this man doesn't even know what a pussy looks like. Am I not wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Like, dude, remember that one dude we were at GameStop clothes? You remember that dude? Were you there when we were talking about games? And this dude's like, oh man, you know, I'm excited if he said like Pokemon or some gay shit, dude. I almost wanted to like could laugh at him so hard, and my jock instincts kicked in, and I was like looking around for a locker to stuff this motherfucker in, dude. I was like, wait, I can't do that. I'm gonna go to jail for that. Like, I was just like, oh, whatever, you know. Like, this man really wanted to be a part of the conversation, but he couldn't because his dumbass only owned a fucking Switch. Like, that's pussy energy right there, dog. You know? He's like, oh, you know what's really great is the Switch, and I'm just like, hey, that ain't got shit to do with what we were talking about. We were literally I think they were talking about fighting games or something. This loser brought up the Switch. Like, hey, no one gives a shit about the Switch. It ain't part of the conversation. Go away. You know, like that dude. Literally, Nintendo fanboys cope so hard, bro. Like that, you really want to be a part of a conversation that has nothing to do with you. Like, and you know, I do know. I'm telling you, this dude was some scrawny white dude, bitch-looking motherfucker, bro. You know, like that is like he literally looked like the average Nintendo fanboy, dude. I'm like, oh god. It's funny, bro, because IRL, they can't even stand, bro. It's like, damn, you come in and we just look at you like, wait, what? You know, almost made it weird, and we're just like, we just kept going back to what we were talking about, and this dude felt salty. He's like, yeah, you should feel salty, dumbass. Like, first of all, we weren't talking to you. That's rude. Second, yeah, what the fuck does the gay-ass Switch have to do with a manly conversation about Street Fighter? Get lost.
The guy at GameStop is lonely, man. You know, they're barely getting customers on a daily. They only
No,
get to see,
I
like,
was talking to the GameStop dude. Like, I'm cool with him. I always, yeah, it was some rando who came in.
A random.
Yeah,
So
dude.
that went up to get the hell out of here.
Yeah. No, there is a dude who does work there. He's a bit Nintendo, but he's like cool. Like, he's a big RPG dude. And you know, obviously he works there so he can talk about like other stuff. He'll be like, oh, you know, whatever. Like, he's played COD, whatever. Like, me and Coates had a conversation. But he's definitely a bit of a bitch too. But he's a cool bitch. He's a pass. Obviously, because the thing is, you do have to be a bit sociable to be at least work at GameStop. Like, from what I've seen, like, okay, I could tell that much. But I'm pretty sure at one GameStop there's like probably no. I know this.
Gamers that only play mainstream games.
Oh, dude, no, dude. My homie hates that so much. He even says, like, I had him on the podcast. You guys can check it out, the previous one before this one. And he says, like, dude, literally 90% of the people come for FIFA and, like, COD or some sports game. And you can tell he's so depressed from that. He's like, there's all these good games, and you pick this boring shit. So that's why, like, that's why he says he loves it when I come over. He's like, no, dude, I don't even try to talk to any. Like, this is my other guy. He always tries to talk, whatever. And remember, he's a Nintendo dude. And that's why you can tell he's giving up, too. He's like, yeah, they don't give a shit about Nintendo, dude. Like, you got generic black dude 552. Oh man, I'm here for the Xbox. I'm gonna play some 2K. Oh, when's the next COD? And dude, no, Codes was here for the last one. There was some white dude who came in, you know, frat looking dude. He's like, oh man, I'm kind of bored of Modern Warfare 3. Is there any other shooters? And the dude was even like, this is what we got. We got this. If you're interested, there's like this game. You know, and it's like, oh, there's like a military sim, but I don't know if you're that interested in that. It's like, oh, well, like, and then he's like, oh, those are the ones that are like super realistic. He's like, yeah, no, I don't like those, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I guess I'll just keep playing Modern Warfare 3. It's like, bro, see, look at that, bro. Like, this is the average COD player. Like, they're so they're literally cucked. Like, there's other shooters, and then they're still not interested.
It's the fact that they're just simply intimidated. Because you play a game like Call of Duty for so long, you can't jump to any other game because all you know is fast adrenaline and like you get that affection that you get as soon as you get a kill. It's like headshot, and like remember all the buttes and bleeps that pop up, like you see that, you're like, oh, like you can't get that in any other game. Like
no.
Try to put them in the game like fucking Elden.
Nah.
Don't worry.
I'm a cap. I would actually low-key love that. Like, just imagine like headshot from a fucking swing of the. That would low-key be funny. I'd fuck with that low-key.
You ever wonder if a person works at GameStop but they don't know anything about games?
Oh, dude, there's plenty. There's plenty of those. Trust me, there's plenty. Just ask this fat lady that, or no, Codes, Codes, you can ask Codes. There's this fat lady he absolutely hates at the old GameStop that was right by me that closed down. He does not. Like, bro, this bitch didn't know shit, and she was rude as hell.
Like, oh, you know, most GameStop dudes are like, yo, you ask them, hey, do you have this game? And they're like, yeah, no, I'll check. And she's like, no, I don't know, we're not allowed to do that. Oh, like, stop, shut up, do your job.
Yeah,
she's not allowed to do that. That is
she's lazy.
wild.
Lazy, dude. I mean, that's why your ass is fat.
I wonder why they never got to get to be a pro GameStop.
See,
pro.
and I know for sure. And Codes even said, like, bro, her attitude's like, man, you know what? I bet you that place closed down because of her. That's how booty hurt he was. To be fair, he's not even wrong. Like, I didn't like going to that one because of, like, I was like, nah, this is like, I'll get what I want, right? But like, it doesn't make me want to go or nor stay for a long time when your employee is just a piece of shit, you know? But I made good friends with one of the other dudes, and I actually teach him Tekken and Street Fighter. Codes knows him. See, I see him at the other GameStop because they're like, oh no, we'll keep you. You're cool. You know what you're doing. You can talk to people. The other one, they're like, nah, or we don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's so unlikable. I guarantee you that even if they didn't know anything, they would just not hire her again because they don't even like her. They just use that as an excuse to get rid of her.
Right now.
Nah, bro, you could tell she was just there to get a paycheck and that's it. And only because like she lazy as hell. But, I mean, again, she fat. It says everything. Like I ain't trying to be fat. Yeah, no. But no, the dude even told me the main reason they closed the dolls because people were stealing too much. And yeah, right now, GameStop does not have the luxury to be losing money.
Oh no, their stocks went back up. I'm almost breaking news.
Well, that's different. Stocks is not the same, bro. That's an investment. That's not like the representation of how good their business is doing. But for the most part. Like, people are just like, stonks, and let me put money. I mean, did you know Linus added to that, right? He just invested in the stonks just to cuck over the other people who were the shareholders. That's the main reason that popped off in the first place. Then once people seen it die down, they banked out and the stocks dropped, but now they're back up again. Which, you know,
Didn't
whatever.
he drop like 10K on it?
He did. Which, hey, you know, big shout outs to Linus for losing some money in the name of the rest of us. Like, he actually puts his money where his mouth is, and I respect that.
Wait a minute. He has to tax that. What a fool. He should have did 4,000.
I gotta watch that movie about the dude who invested in GameStop stocks. You know, and I feel so salty because I genuinely was gonna invest way before this happened, but I don't have a bank account, so I couldn't. Like, I genuinely could have been part with that dude too. Right now, I would be like, yo, I got $1 million from GameStocks.
You would have already have your game out, man.
True. That is true. But whatever.
Because knowing you would have probably put 100, and then you would have probably able to pull out. Like,
dude, it was so cheap. I would have already put $10. I would have had like 10 stocks. Then later, I would put like, I would say like a good 100. Like, especially when it was popping off, I would have put like at least 20-50 bucks I already had, and I would probably have like 100 stocks. Then I'd take it out and probably get like a couple mil for sure. I'd still keep 10 just in case it goes up. But that would have been my strat.
You always want to keep that insurance.
Yeah, and if it started dropping, I would immediately sell it and then buy it back again once it's low. See, that's how you go. Stocks! Like right now, I would have bought it just for the fuck of it. I'd buy like 100 stocks and be like, I'll keep it there just for the fuck of it. I don't mind losing like $100. I got $1 million. I don't care. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, anything else, you guys, on our impromptu podcast that we're doing for no reason? Looking at us.
The most random fucking podcast ever existed so far.
Yeah, and we have Bestie for once.
All right, here's a good one. Asked your boy this one earlier. Yo, if you seen Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball, would you buy that just like right away?
No, because wait, like a new one?
No, like old school, like Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball. If you seen it, would you be like, will you hop on that, or would you be like, nah, that's too much?
Oh no, I would 100%.
Yeah.
Because
anybody would do it.
Right.
We all want that.
I mean, like, it does seem like see, like I said, I normally don't buy horny games, so like immediately, like, I say it's like, dude, those women are beautiful. It is a crime not to play that shit. Second, the volleyball does look pretty fun, so. No, I came for the horny, stayed a bit for the volleyball, but I definitely still staying for the horny. I'm not even denying that. But preferably,
hey man, I'm staying for both the horny and the gameplay, man.
Exactly.
I'm in love with Itagaki, man.
Oh,
that man is the fucking Michael Bay of fucking game development.
Hell yeah, he is. Nah,
he's like, I like my chicks to be hot. I don't give a fuck.
But the thing is, what's crazy is he says that he actually makes some of the most personality filled beautiful bitches I've ever seen in gaming ever. Like, it's crazy. Like, they have the things on what the things they like and shit. Like, oh, this one's like strawberry. Oh, she's like like my man, like, homie, you have to pull hoes. It seems like you got XP.
Most of the characters that he's made in the Dead or Alive series can probably solo almost every other fucking fighting game genre or fighting game roster you can think of. They're fucking great. Like the Dead or Alive series is essentially one of those games where like you could literally throw a rock anywhere and you would literally hit a ball. If I see someone playing Extreme Beach Volleyball and there's like a player 2 seat, I'm sitting there next to them, and we're speaking about the goodness of the culture. That's what we're doing. That's how men bond. Why? Because that's how we as boys bond. Sorry, like I'm in the middle of riding a bike right now.
No, really?
Get my exercise on, man. Oh, by the way, little side quest.
Okay.
So, for those who don't know, I'm a huge fan of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, or UFC. Vile, I believe you know who he is. Jamal Hill, the last guy that Alex Burrow knocked the fuck out.
Yes, sir.
Did you see what he posted up on his Twitter?
No, I didn't. I don't have Twitter.
So
Yay.
So he ended up calling out all the people who were talking mad shit about him losing to Alex. Say, all right, well, if you guys got something to say, come to my gym, and if you beat me in a fight, I'll give you 20K.
Oh shit.
20K?
So I left the comment, and right now I'm currently waiting for the location and the time, and I need to know if there's any rule sets. Because if there's no, I'm dead ass. I will go to Texas. Like, I will train from, at this point, I will start training right now. And I will walk to Texas just to find his ass and then give him a fucking two-piece. Like, I am not fucking kidding.
I mean, that sounds funny.
Dog, what did he do to you?
I mean, what's that money?
He said, hey, beat me in a fight, you get 20K. That's all he said.
Dead ass.
He had to win it.
That's why
right?
he said he wants to. Yeah, he says, what's the rule set? Can I bring a knife to a fist fight?
Oh, no. I want to know whether or not, like, oh, do I have to go down to your weight? Because in that case, I got to lose, like, fucking 65 pounds.
Right.
So I can do that, no fucking problem.
But if you make it where all you can be overweight.
No
Right. That's what I was thinking. Because I was like,
I want to know the fucking rule set.
Right, exactly. No, that's true. I was thinking, that's like, wait. Part of it, like, I don't know what his skill is, right? That's the one thing, you know, I'm fairly confident, but, like, dude, I have to actually, like, remember how to do a lot of my shit. But my thing is, like, but I was like, wait, but if you're a bigger dude, then that helps circumvent that. Because there's a reason weight classes exist, people, by the way. And that's how you know me and my boy here know what's up. Skill doesn't really become a huge factor until you're, like, one of those old Chinese guys. Then in which case, all right, then it matters less. But at that point, you're some kind of god-tier fighter, low-key. Which none of us are. So you don't think you're that guy.
Man, speak for yourself.
Get your goofy ass. And even then, it still does matter. Like, you know, if you're like fucking like Mike Tyson skilled and as heavy as a fucking goddamn bear, I think Chinese dude's gonna have a struggle. But yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of on my training arc right now.
That's funny. I mean, it gives you a good excuse to get in shape, man. Fuck it. Win or lose, you win anyways.
Yep. Because I hit him up, I even PM'd him. I'm like, hey man, location? Question mark? I'm waiting. So like, does it have to be now? Because I know in a couple weeks he fights. I don't want to beat his ass. And then he loses again in another fight. And yeah, don't get me wrong. I know how crazy I am. Hey, that wouldn't be the first time a professional ended up losing to somebody who had a record of 0-0. But then again, it was boxing, so they gave the actual boxer the win. Because stupid rules.
Oh god, that shit.
But no, like I really want to know. Like, I would like for it, look, to be dead ass. This is how I would want it. If I gotta go down to like 240, I would. I have no problem with it. We can make it a heavyweight fight. Don't matter to me. If it's 3 rounds, 5 minutes per round, I'll do it. 100%.
Oh, I'm 245.
Are you? Badasses.
I'm about 245.
I am one
Well,
city.
you should be, because I'm like fucking 285 right now.
Holy shit, Jesus. You do not look like
Yeah,
you're
I'm built like a
285.
fucking truck.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that though, like, for sure. I don't doubt you on that one, but I didn't think you were that heavy. Yeah, damn, dude. Fuck.
Why, you didn't think he was full on Oonga Boonga?
A little bit, but not that much. And I know he ain't like fat either, so it's like, no, there's muscle in there.
I'm not like Bob fat, but
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly. Nah. It's funny. You know.
He's not a Discord moderator type of thing.
Wait, actually, what's your height, low key?
Oh, I'm 6'1".
6'1". Oh shit. Oh yeah, nah. Okay, yeah.
What a loser.
Yeah, no, that's a motherfucker right there, bro.
6'1"? No. You a midget. Watch me when you're actually
I
talking.
know, right? To some bitches, I am a midget.
Oh,
No.
hell no.
And it's usually to the ones who are like 4'10" or like, oh, I only date people who are like, it's
Sure.
6'6". That's
Bitches don't know what they want. They dumb as hell.
That's a very.
Then it's funny because then when there is a tall dude, they don't want the tall dude because it looks weird. It's like, yeah, no shit, no. It's 'cause, dude, when bitches see, here's what it is. I understand bitch talk, bro. I always have. I don't know why. But when they say six anything, like, no, they just want to do that's taller than them. That's all that actually means. They're not good at math. We all know bitches are not good at math.
yeah, that's right. That's 100%.
You know, like, bitches don't know shit, bro. And again, because if they get an actual dude, but if he's lanky, oh, they don't want him. Like, oh, no. They want a dude that's taller than them, but looks like a Chad. That's what they really want.
Dang. Get your
Oh,
ass
man,
boy.
that's the question trying to get that Chad look, and he looks creepy as hell.
Like, they want to look up at you, too. Not just like a small, like, oh, you're barely taller than me. Like, no, they want to look up at you like, ah, yes, I can see my man's kind of shit. Like, that's all it is. Like, it's again, good example. One of my favorite Reddit posts is like, oh, this dude says he's 6 feet. And then he himself is like 5'6", and then he stands next to him and they're the exact height, and he's like, yeah, he's totally 6 feet. And he didn't say anything. He's like, oh, my sister's just a dumbass. I'm gonna let this dude get the dub. It's like, there you go. Like, you just lie to bitches, bro. As long as you're taller than them, tell them you're 6 feet, and they'll never know. And the bitches,
they don't tell you
exactly,
walking around wearing makeup and shit.
exactly. And I hate when they say, oh, we have to put it for you guys. No, you don't. There's bitches that are pretty as fuck that barely put on makeup, and they're fine. You know, good example. Look at tomboys.
If you look like a fucking duck mutant, like without the makeup, and I still want to go out with you, that means something.
Right. Facts. See? So we're less shallow than they are. They shallow as fuck.
Guys honestly don't give a fuck. Like realistically, thinking about it, as long as you're a person that we're able to mesh with, we're fine with you.
Yeah.
Like, it don't matter if you're, well, I'm a 4. Like, motherfuckers go out with 4s.
Deadass.
Like, every woman on this planet has a shot, but for some reason, some of the 6s on the planet decided that they have more power than what they had.
Oh, yep. Facts.
I don't know where they got this confidence from.
Me either.
6s?
Yeah, no, I mean, just look at all the Twitch hoes and shit, bro. They weak as hell. Like, they literally mid as fuck.
Like, you can't sit there and tell me Amaranth is not stuff.
Exactly. Thank you. Exactly. I'm not speaking bars, bro.
What, she's a 10 because she takes off her clothes?
Even then, her body's nothing really to scoff at. Think about Pokimane, another bitch that's like, I mean, I'm a cap. I think Amaranth and Pokimane are a 5 at best, honestly. Peace. Oh, you were on break. All right, thanks for swinging by. Like, I genuinely think every fucking Twitch chick is mid as fuck. It's a good example. They would be models if they weren't. You know? Like, bro, I've seen
what they are now.
Like, bro, there are unironically VTubers that IRL look way cuter than any Twitch hoe, which is hilarious.
A lot of them face, but then, like, when you see them, you're like, damn, what are we?
Fucking.
I got raped.
I laughed earlier hearing some ass. I got raped. Welcome to Neo, sir.
Nah, the paralyzing chick.
Told you gotta make sure you have the needles things equipped. Thought I was bullshitting about that, didn't you? But yeah, no, bro. Seriously, like the rise of mid bitches thinking they're hot shit's insane. And at the end of the day, here's the thing. Like you said, dudes, as long as a chick, like you know, they mesh, they're cool. You know, like basically what it is, like, oh, can the woman provide? And you know, it's simple. And it's the same with chicks. Like, oh, because look about how many fat or ugly dudes are with like they can be hot. They're with someone, but they got money. You know, it is what it is, man. You know, you can't change it, bro. It's just something we've done for years. Men want a reliable waifu. Bitches want to do it that can provide and support. You know, it ain't rocket science, man. I hate when people try to be like, oh no, whatever. Oh, wait. Good example. Do you know about that thing that was with what's his face? What's his name? The dude who does the the survival guy. You know who I'm talking about? Bear Grylls. You know Bear Grylls, right? Right.
I know him, yeah.
Did you ever see that thing? I know it's super big now. Everyone's seen it. That he does a thing. Oh, men and women versus each other, surviving on an island, right? And the women just absolutely got destroyed.
Yeah, weren't they like sitting there and crying, and then they eventually went over to the men's side and asked for help and shit?
Man, and that little meme that came off it was like, oh, they're sitting there crying, and then like, the guys on the other side just building a rocket ship out of sticks.
Like they're dead ass just living in their own fucking civilization, having a great time. Democracy is happening. It's just the way how we're built, man. Like
he literally.
Everyone forgets that we're base X. Yeah, we can build the fucking Taj Mahal. Yeah, we can build fucking buildings that are like a million times taller than fucking pyramids and shit. Which, by the way, best pile of rocks ever fucking made. Pyramids.
Literally.
Like it's within our system, guys. Like, that's just how we are. And plus, on top of that, like, I was even talking to my wife about this earlier. Like, we're social beings.
Exactly.
We have to be able to communicate and connect with each other.
Exactly.
Like, that's literally how we work.
Literally. Yep. We're social animals. That's why being lonely is an epidemic, especially in Japan. Yeah, no.
Are you okay?
What?
Are you gonna kill yourself?
Bro, shut up.
If you do, record it.
I know, man. I was thinking the same. He's got too many Godzilla movies to watch, man.
Right? Exactly. And here's the thing too. Like the main point I was trying to get with the whole women thing is like, cause yeah, what did the women do? Like when you let them to their own devices, they just ended up doing stereotypical things women do. Oh, they made their thing. They were communal. Everything was, they liked organizing and putting stuff. Like I'll give them that. Their pad was looking nicer than the dudes, but That's it. Outside of that, they couldn't do shit else. Because that's what women do. They're caretakers, you know. Dudes go out and do the shit. They give them the supplies, and you let the women decorate the house, do the taxes, sort of. Well, in Japan, they did it a lot,
Little
actually.
do they know, all men need is just a fucking rock with a name on it, and we're good.
Literally. But I vibe with the chicks, and I was like, nah. No, I get that simple, but like, nah, I like my shit to be nice. So, you know, fair enough, you know. So I vibe with the bitches on that point. But regardless, I'm the minority, not the majority. And that's the thing, right? That's like, I don't know what looped. Oh yeah, the whole mid bitches. That's what, like I said, like fucking these dudes who are hardworking, got all this money and shit, and like, oh, I'm gonna settle for a mid bitch, even though she provides. That's what to me, I can't tell. Like, you can be mid, but if you provide nothing, then you're just useless, bro. You're not funny or cool to hang around with, but you don't even provide for the home. Then what are you good for? Like, literally, you unironically have bitches that can't cook. I'm not saying you have to, but like, bro, first of all, here's the thing. If you are, as an adult, can't cook, period, that's sad. Man or woman. I want to say that much. But it's just sadder if you're a bitch, though, because at least the dude can provide work, you know, whether he likes it or not. A bitch has to, like, at least cook if she's not providing work. That's the thing, and these bitches don't work. And they're like, no, me being pretty is good enough. It's like, dude, no. That'd be like a dude if being pretty was good enough. It'd be the same problem. Like, motherfuckers gotta do something. But whatever. I don't even know how we ended up with this conversation somehow.
Oh, we were just talking about mid bitches.
Oh yeah, because you got me on the mid bitches. No, seriously, they just piss me off, bro. They think they're such hot shit when they're useless as fuck. Like, you know, if there wasn't simps, you'd be fucked, right? You'd be just like every other random chick.
But that's just it. That's the reason why they think they're hot shit, because there are simps.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
As long as they're simps, these bitches will always think that they're hot shit.
Wild, bro.
But then at the same time, like, that also kind of goes into the whole idea of just how weak
modern men are.
The average man mindset is these days, especially in the Western world. Like,
and especially the Eastern world.
Like,
like, homie, we think the Western world, dude, fucking the Eastern world is way worse, bro. Like, you have dudes unironically all sipping for one bitch, bro. And they, like, oh, and fake bitches. Like, literally AI bitches, bro. Like, no. Japan said, hold my simpery.
That's crazy that we're at the point where, like, AI is a detriment to our mental health, because, like, there are literally people going out and marrying fucking ones and zeros.
Yeah.
And saying, like, oh, they're having the time of their life. What happens when the internet disconnects?
And you know, I know the story about the dude who did marry that Hatsune Miku. His was actually kind of sad. Like, he got bullied by girls a lot. So it's like, you know what? I kind of respect, like, you know what? His is respectable. He's not a loser, and he's a good guy. But he's literally traumatized by girls. It's just how mean they can be. And you know what? That is very true.
I'm not gonna lie though, if he was in a different world, like, he would have probably been able to, like, leave the area where he was at and actually find someone. Like, just because we had more incentive back then.
Yeah.
We had more incentive to go and travel. Like, now we have the internet. All we gotta do is just look at it like, oh shit, that's how it looks. All right, cool. Next.
Yeah, and he just wants companionship. That's all it is, you know. But no, like, so no disrespect to the guy who actually married the Miku. Like, he's a cool guy. Like, I actually respect his situation. When I'm not just an ignorant douchebag. Like, oh, everyone who marries that. No, I'm gonna make fun of those dumbass losers in China who pay literally hundreds of dollars on iPhone games for fake bitches. And dude, they're such loser simps. They don't even like their own character to be male. They're like, no, I only want bitches. Like, dude, you guys are fucking weird. Like, they don't. That's why I was like, also, that's why you guys don't play real games. You're too busy not getting pussy, so you want to try to get pussy in this fake ass. Oh my god, I'm tapping. Oh my god, my girl, her boobs jiggle. This is a game.
Well, no. I can't play games and get pussy at the same time. Like, what kind of world is that?
Homie, have you seen the FTC? I'm too busy
spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on my one game to not be able to make an AI character of this chick with the bountiest tits, and then I'm super happy, and then I don't have to do anything else in life but not get that.
Right.
That's basically what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah. No, bro.
Oh my god. He's opening his eyes. He's understanding.
Ah, you're ugly.
Nah, I'm getting married.
And you know,
I spend the rest of my life torturing my wife with my goofies.
And the funny thing is, Japan, we understand, because this is going to happen to a lot of first world civilizations. They're going to have, like, Korea has it super bad. So, like, literally, America's just catching up to Asia. Because literally, like, especially Japan, it just shows you that they've been ahead of the curve. You know? That's why...
Isn't there a guy who owns businesses out in South Korea, and that's because their population is going down quite significantly, they're actually paying people to, like basically have kids. Like, he's giving families, like, the equivalent to, like, $70,000 for them to fucking procreate. Because when I seen, like, an article, like,
yeah, no, like, Korea, like, and it's funny, like, the reason why, like, obviously, it seems something about modern civilization. Like I said, I guess we see with the internet that just makes it, like, again, part of it because women become far more picky, and then dudes also the same thing. And we were, like I said, we can see that, but it's a trend that seems to that goes forward. Like I said, Japan reached it first because dude, remember, they've been living in the year 3000 since the 70s. They've been ahead of us, like a motherfucker. Korea's copying them, so now they're finally catching up. Right, so the biggest reason why Asia, those particular countries, is literally because they're ahead of the curve. And even a lot of professionals are saying, like, this is, every country's gonna get through this road bump, because when you're super poor and starting out, you start repopulating because you don't care. But once you get older and become more educated, you start to, like, oh, I want to find, like, my ideal partner. You're not just okay with settling down. Like most people, look at the 50s. Most people don't even like, old people don't even like their wives, and wives vice versa. But they deal with each other because that was just the norm. But now we're much smarter and have higher standards that we won't just go with someone that we can deal with. That's why divorce rates are also very high. You think you like someone and you realize, oh, we actually don't work out together. But because your parents didn't teach you, hey, you should live with someone for a year before you try to marry them. Because before, like, no, if you were dating, you're probably going to marry them, which is a terrible mindset to have because you don't know the person, right? But for Korea, the reason it got so much worse, I don't remember exactly what it was, but, like, again, their repopulation is even worse than Japan. Like, Japan is like, okay, whatever, it's constant. But, like, no, Korea is getting worse and worse. Like, somehow it's crazy how they're behind Japan, but they're beating them when it comes to underpopulation. To, like you said, there's that article that you said. And another one was that they're actually having programs in schools and even colleges to force people to date. And what's crazy is they're not like China, where they had a one-child policy, or Japan, which is whatever. Like, just, that's what's so weird about Korea. So Korea is just like, that's some other shit, bro. Like, and it's funny too, because here's the other problem with, specifically with the big three, why it's so bad in general. China was because of the one-child policy. There's more men than women, because you guys don't know, it's super brutal. Like, being a man was so important that, oh, if there was a girl, oh, we're gonna adopt her, or we're gonna secretly, I'm not gonna say it because it's a bit brutal. So that's why there's so many fucking dudes. But then the bigger problem is now you have modern independent women in all three cultures. And that's, I've seen it. I already seen it because Japan was the first one to do it, and they can't deal with these Japanese, Chinese, or Korean men because they're sexist as fuck. Oh, you gotta be in the kitchen. They're like, no, I want to go and be a game developer. I want to make a game. Oh, no, you shouldn't make a game. Give me in the kitchen. And I respect them. Like, I respect the female game developer in China, Korea, and Japan. They're like, no, I want to be a game dev. I want to follow my dream. I'm not gonna sit at home and do the baby and do the cooking and cleaning, is something I don't like enjoying. But every single Asian dude, they're little bitches. Like, compared to us, we could just squat up and they're fuck off, right? They're just pussies. Like, Asian men are just pussies. There's no if ands about it. The modern Japanese, Chinese, and Korean dudes are just pussies. It is what it is, right? What can you do about it? But behind closed doors, they're super toxic. Because now it's a girl. I'm gonna raise my hand on you. Well, meanwhile over here we're more Chad, but we don't fucking dare raise our hand to a woman, because women are way more disrespected in Asia than they are over here. So a little bit backwater in that sense. But yeah, so that's why a lot of Japanese was like, they're to the point where, like, you know what, I'd rather just date a foreigner. I don't want to deal with no fucking Asian dude. They're like, nah, they're too much of a pussy. They're not manly, and then when you do go with them, they're just super toxic.
Swifty were bad? No. These guys.
Right. No, but the main thing is, like, even though we say revere, but in reality, like I said, they're super sexist. Like, they see women more as an object than even we do. That's why I said, like I said, like I said, the biggest problem, is because women in Japan and Korea and China, why I think it's more exacerbated with their population, is because women are actually modern, and they can't put up with the modern Chinese, Japanese, or Korean dude where behind closed doors they'll still abuse them, like they'll still act like it's the 50s, like, whereas men over here, like, we don't even raise our hand against the woman kind of shit, right? Like, that's really what it is. Like, they have an idol culture, but it's toxic. But here's the thing, they don't want them to have boyfriends or anything. So they're like, their sim culture is different than here in a sense, right? And part of it's because, like, they're just straight up more sexist. And the thing is, their women, like, see, their women are progressing forward. The women want to hear are going backwards. Like, they don't even want to cook, clean, or anything. They don't even want to actually be useful and do jobs. They're like, I just want to be a useless hoe. Meanwhile, over there, like, they actually want to be, like, useful and productive to society.
They don't want a man in their life. They want a father here. That's what they want here.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's where, like, you could definitely see it, right, and agree with that sentiment, right?
Yeah, definitely. I really hope that the East does bounce back, though, because, like, the last thing we really need, because, like, they are advanced, like, by so fucking much. For the fact that it's taking us forever just to put a single bullet train over here, that alone already pisses me off. But, like, countless other shit, like the way how they run the restaurant industry out there, the way how they do business out there, the way how they do entertainment, it's just better out there. But, like, fuck, man, just the mindset of, like, the ultimate man being the simplest of sims is crazy.
Right. And it's funny how men over there are like the opposite. They're nowhere near as manly as me and you. Like I said, we could squat up. Like, we're not even dicks or anything. We're like, dude, I've seen it. Remember, I've been there. They look at someone like me, like, I give you normal, that's a man. But there's such simp looking losers that it's like, oh, bro, an average looking dude here is like Chad over there. You know, I remember when my homie said that, I was like, dude, that is true. Like, I started dying. He's like, dude, man, like a simp, here's a Chad over there. It's like, dude, that is so fucking true. You know, they're so quiet and reserved. That's why women, they, dude, seriously, it's not uncommon for Japanese women to be like, oh, I'd rather date a foreigner. Because, like, oh, on the surface, like, oh, they actually look and act like a man. They're not quiet, whatever, reserved. And, you know, they won't beat you behind closed doors. Oh, they want to act like a man. Oh, well, once nobody's looking. And it's only to beat on the woman. Like, get back in the kitchen. You know? And it's super common in Japan for that shit. Like, it's actually crazy.
I kind of feel like there needs to be, like, someone's culture needs to break down in order for another one to succeed.
Ah, true.
And I put more money on the Western culture breaking down so that Eastern culture can exceed beyond limits that we can't even perceive to even be true. Like, it's fucking science fiction at this point.
For sure.
Shout out to all the people losing weight, especially my wife. She's been losing weight.
Nice.
I've been losing weight. Well, now I'm in training mode.
Nice.
Now my dog has to lose weight, even though he already looks like a stick.
Hey, buddy. Nah, but you know what? To me, where I definitely see it, like I said, I think we see it like Japan. Like, as much as they're trying to the population, what's part of one of the fixes, and all the other countries like, hey man, you should try letting in a lot more foreigners in, which they are, whether they like it or not. And guess what that produces? All mixed cultures, this and that. But for both the men and the women. And we already see it, right? Like, that's why, to me, that's why, like I said, when I do go over there, like, I want to be part of that movement, right? I mean, I probably won't have kids, but I want to make it an easier environment for people who aren't from there. And then, like, make a little community and shit, you know? Because it's, dude, renting out there is a motherfucker, right? And it's not like every person moving out there is just going to be able to find a place to settle down and not be a pain in the ass, you know, shit like that.
No, I bet it's expensive as shit, man. Like,
it's not even that. It's just that a lot of companies...
LA expensive?
Because the biggest problem is that, like, you know how people say, oh, Japan's xenophobic? It's not so much xenophobic, it's just that because of how isolationist they are, they're not very accepting the change, you know? And part of that includes foreigners, you know? Like, you could be there and speak as much Japanese as you want and have kids, and some people will just never accept you as part of the culture, right? Like, far more than any other culture, right? But the thing is, you gotta realize, like, doesn't mean...
see that with them being set in their ways.
Yeah. But... like, the thing is, like, to me, why I never think about it, even like other foreigners have mindset, it's like, who gives a shit what other people think? As long as you have the people who you are, whether it's your group of friends and other people who accept you for who you are in friendship, which that's the thing in Japan, they know that's because they're so lonely. Like, you know, our generation, they'll be more happy just that they have a friend. They don't give a fuck about any of that shit, right? They already don't like the cultures and customs that their ancestors have provided. And I'm like, oh, you're telling me I'll be ostracized by old people because I'm hanging out with foreigners? Oh, wow, I care so much. These people actually care about me and take care of me over my own fucking family, you know? That's why I think in the long term, like, where I see Japan going, like, like, because all it is, like, here's the funny thing, too. To actually live in Japan, it's not even that hard. As long as you have college education or whatever, you even have, like, you know, anchor babies. Like, we are, the thing that they said that, like, because they said why Japan truly is going to be strong. And I agree with the sentiment, because here it's getting weak. America's using weakness. But the biggest reason why America was a big icon was the economy, its army, and its culture, you know? And that's one of the big things that China lacks. Like, no one, like, oh, man, I want to go to China for, like... And I don't mean the historical culture. I mean, like, they don't have any anime, any movies. But what does Japan have? You know, the people don't realize that it's called soft power. And Japan actually has more soft power than America. See, back in the 80s and 90s, yeah, even 2000s. But now, who the hell cares about watching American movies? It's funny. And I like that someone's like, yeah, because look at how anime is dominating. Everywhere. Mexico, America, Canada, their own country. And that's a huge reason why people become like, yeah, it might be superficial, but guess how, dude, I visited there because I'm a weeb, right? I went for a Street Fighter tournament, and all it takes is for me to find the right girl. Oh, and now I have kids. And I think that's one of the bigger reasons is that why Japan is because they're soft. They economically, they're not as strong as the U.S., right? I mean, the Japan is better, but economically, there's not a lot of reason for people to go, and that's something that's super strong. That's why Mexicans go to America. The dollar is stronger. It is what it is, right? And then another one is, like I said, when it comes to power, they don't really have a super strong military. It's purely for self-defense. So, you know, for someone who wants long-term security overall, they don't know. So you must be someone like me that prefers, like, general security, right? Like, I'm less worried about China trying to do anything. I'm more worried about some random thug around the corner trying to shoot me, right? That takes precedent over whatever country, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's true for America. Like, yeah, sure, we're safe from, you know, I feel fairly safe from any country trying to do anything, especially in the middle of Chicago. No one's going to touch me. But I'm more in threat by the citizens that live here. You know, to me, that's a priority over country security, right? Like, fuck it. But when it comes to soft power, and like, I almost rarely watch American media. I mean, we've talked about, like, oh, what, like John Wick, Godzilla here, but that, again, that's a huge reason there's so many weebs. Like, yeah, they're weebs, but, like, again, and how many of them, oh, I want to get a Japanese girl or some bullshit, right? Like, common, even though, let's be real, let's say at least half of them aren't going to do it, right? But the other half will. There are actual weebs that will study the language, get the culture, fall in love with it, and the bitches will just like them, you know? And then, like I said, to me, I don't care. Like I said, there's people who move to Japan. I've noticed that there's two types: people who like went there and find it for the culture or something, and then they stay because they like it. That's why I said I found myself relating far more to. I noticed this is one called Black in Japan. Good YouTube channel, go check them out. And I find myself relating far more to them than I did white people that try to move there. Like I'm not gonna go, oh, white privileges and that. Like most of all, let's be real, it's bullshit. But everybody experiences privileges in their own way. It just so happens that white people generally, on average, are gonna more than a minority, right? And I found that the black people that moved to Japan had the same values I had. We liked Japan because of the relative safety and the fact we didn't have to pay for it, which is something that white people wouldn't know, right? Like if you come from a gated community and now you have to adjust to a culture like, oh man, they're very different. I always thought, oh, I can't move because I get homesick, or I don't like, you know, because they're so used to, oh, we have to change things, this and that. Like just look at the civil rights movement. Like the Americans will come into something and be like, oh, we have to change something because I don't like it. Meanwhile, me as a minority and my other fellow minorities, we're already in somewhere that's not our country. That's how we live. That we already come in with that mindset that we have to adjust to that culture. So going to Japan, so when people people always tell me, oh, you know, you're gonna be a minority, like you know, no one's gonna accept you for who you are, and I'm sitting here like, all right, white guy, you're telling that to someone who's already a minority in your country. Please tell me how that changes my situation. Like, would you not? I think that's a weird point to tell a minority. Like, you know, you're gonna be a minority there. It's like, dude, I'm already a minority here. What's the difference? Oh, they won't accept you. I'm like, dude, the people already don't accept me here. I don't see what your point is. Like, I would say probably relatively people are more friendly, but in the back of my mind here, when I learned the difference between races, because of course, when I grew up, I didn't know there was a difference. I just thought people had different colors and we were all the same. Then I was like, oh, there's a difference between me, you know, as people, and then black people, and then white people. I was like, oh. And then I learned that, oh yeah, white people are fucking dicks and they don't like us people, you know? Us minority. You know, I always came in the back of my mind like, oh, this is not my country. You know, I know my country's back in Mexico. That's my home country, right? I don't live there. So me going to Japan, like, how does that change my situation? I'm not in my home country. Like, I've been here most of my life in a country that I'm not accepted. You know? One of my favorite ones, he said, I feel more free here than I do in my own country. And I was like, I resonated with that sentiment. And when someone said, I like being here because I don't have to pay for safety. And I was like, thank you. Like, that's why I found myself relating to them far more than any other white people, because what I always find is like, oh, I don't like the culture here, I can't adjust, oh, I'm gonna leave, or they get homesick. I'm like, I don't really feel the homesickness as much. And again, for some people that get disconnected from their families, again, when you're a minority, dude, your family's all the way back somewhere else, you know. And for a lot of African American families, it all varies. You know, some people can get into drugs, you know what I'm saying? It's really hard. I mean, you could agree, right? It's very rare or hard to find, like, you know, black communities that are truly together. So, you know, for someone like, oh, for them to be home, oh yeah, my dad's a gangster, my mom's a drug addict, like, why would they be homesick? You know, there's very little to be homesick as a minority because of our situation. It's already fucked. You know, I'm fucking broke as hell. Like, I like both my parents, sure, but I'm not fond of them. You know, they're not like someone I'm gonna super miss because I'm not around them. You know, and I like my brother and sister too. I'm tight, but like, I'm also modern. Like, I already talk to them over the internet. So that's why I feel like that whole homesickness thing just doesn't exist with my generation and my particular circumstance, right? You know, heck, most of my friends I just talk over the internet. So that's why, like, I think that's why we're gonna see a lot of, like, especially like minority foreigners, not so much like white foreigners, but we'll see them too, right? Who might be in specific situations, like they don't get along with their family, I would say. Because I think being homesick is a huge factor that I never considered, but like, yeah, no, that makes sense. You have to feel like you're at home. But for me, it's like, no, my friends are my home, you know? As long as I build a small community that I'm with, I don't mind. And I would like to foster that community with it. Like, what can I do with my money that I save up? I have my house, and I'll buy another one. Like, I would buy houses like they do here, except I would do it for the benefit of everybody, not just, I'm gonna hoard houses and make the rent go up. See? You know, stupid shit like that. And that's why I think Japan is really gonna move up, and I want to be a part of that. That's what I see it. How many YouTubers have you seen, Mar? Like, haven't you seen Japan videos just pop off? Like, whether it's from YouTube, no, PewDiePie lives in Japan, bro. No one would have seen that in a million years. You know, but I mean,
yeah, that shit kind of blew my mind. I thought, like, he'll end up going to, like, either Switzerland or, like, fucking Sweden and just live there and, like, because, like, he would speak nice about those places, but, like, for the fact that he ended up out in Japan, it's like, that's wild. That just goes to show, like, yeah, this is one of his most favorite places on the fucking planet.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, he loves his country. He loves being Swedish and everything. And like, he just went there and visited and fell in love with it. And you know what's funny? Me and him visited Japan around the same time. Is that not hilarious? You know,
bro,
and that's,
man, you could actually hooked up with them, fucking hung out with them. You guys probably would have been able to fucking like mellow down and talk, man. He could have been like your number one bestie, man. You never know.
Man, true, you never know. And it's funny because I was like a huge PewDiePie hater, but he earned my respect because I like the way he treated his fans. And let that sink in that I hate people who start flame wars over shit. Like, dude, first of all, it's just the internet, a game, or, you know, it's never that deep. Like, you know, as a YouTuber, I don't care. I think he's gotten better as a content creator for sure. But I think he's super overrated. You know, I'll die on that hill. But as a person, I respect the shit out of him. You know, hats off to him. You know, I shake his hand like, nah, I respect you, sir. You know, and that's the problem. I think
as a person, he really does fucking appreciate not only his fans, but just the way how he does kind of hold himself like off the fucking content creator shit. He's actually a pretty good dude.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Yeah, I definitely listen to that. You know what? Because you ended up talking about minorities like moving over to like different countries, especially going out to Japan. One of the main factors I feel like the reason why that hasn't happened like in a bigger
capacity
form yet, yeah, in a bigger capacity. The main reason I feel is because for some reason a lot of our communities are kind of trained to not go outside.
No, absolutely, you are correct, bro. Please keep going up on that, dude. Just for real.
If we're more than capable of actually just branching out and actually learning that our community can be literally wherever we take ourselves and imply ourselves within that area, then I feel like, yeah, we definitely would be able to fucking go anywhere. Like, we could literally make any country our home.
Exactly.
Just off of that mindset.
Exactly. No, and especially with how more connected we are, it's no, you're so right, because I see that a lot. Like, it's not even just like the black community, it's the white community, and even the Mexican. To me, what the irony is, the Mexican community. Like, bro, we're not even in our own country, but the thought of like, why would they go to Germany? Why would they go to Japan? Like, what do you mean why? You know, it's super crazy that even within minority groups that we're not even one generation, they're from another country, they can't even conceive, like, why would they not be here? You know, that's insane.
It's almost as if the community, for some reason, like, they change, without really saying it, they paint the picture that you can't really go anywhere else besides, like for example, from Mexico. You can only either be in Mexico or you can go to America. Yeah. You can't go anywhere else. Like, we can't send Mexicans out to Australia. Why the fuck not?
Right.
Like, yeah, any idea how fucking easy a Mexican can thrive in fucking Australia of all places? Like, oh, what?
Right, exactly.
Like, it's just weird. Like, I never really understood that myself growing up, like, in the black community. Like, I've always, like, had that vibe, that feeling that, like, oh, you know, this is where I'm supposed to be, this is where I belong, and, like, me having the idea of wanting to move out elsewhere, I mean, besides Germany, because I've always wanted to go to Germany.
Hell yeah, same.
But, like, I've always just had that vibe where it's like I'm not supposed to because I'm supposed to be here.
Right,
and
right, exactly.
The older I got, the more I started questioning, why do I feel this? Like, I have such love for all these different
cultures,
backgrounds, all of these different cultures. Like, I would love to be able to live within that culture for like 5, 6, fucking 10, 12 years just to learn and understand, like, become a part of those communities, become a part of those cultures, and learn more as a human.
Right, exactly.
Like, that would help.
And I think
and especially in a place like America, this is a big ass fucking melting pot. We should already be used to being a part of other cultures, because we literally do that shit all the time. So, like, everyone celebrates Cinco de Mayo. Everyone celebrates fucking St. Patty's Day. Everyone celebrates, like, we all celebrate each other's fucking holidays.
Right,
like, yeah, for the obvious reason of, yeah, we got a day off, we can go out and drink. But, like realistic, it isn't just that, because when we go and we celebrate this shit, a lot of the times we do hang out with the people that are like the main celebration.
Right, exactly.
Like, when it's St. Patty's, you want to go hang out with the fucking Irish. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do? You can go hang out with the Jamaicans. Well, yeah, kind of. I'm not gonna lie, I would hang out with some Jamaicans there.
Yeah, the Jamaicans are the homie. Yo, shout out to the Jamaicans, man.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, bro.
The way how they have that fucking, like, we just gotta break that mindset. Once we break that mindset, we can literally go anywhere and we can understand it, rather than just sitting here kind of in our community and kind of infighting. Bro, exactly. We do a lot of infighting.
Seriously, yeah, bro. Literally, for a lot of our minorities, our biggest enemies are our own people, bro, which is crazy. It's really crazy. And it's jealousy, bro. They just hate you succeeding. Oh, no, you're cool with the white people. Like, this is not just black communities. This is the Mexicans and the Asians, too, bro. Like, we all low-key don't like the white people. So the second you're cool with them, oh, you're one of them now. Oh, you're white. It's like, bro, fuck off.
But then that's another thing, too, that we as a people have to address as well. Like, why are we so fixated on, like, hate people that have pale-colored skin? Not all the white people, like, were, like, terrible motherfuckers. Like,
exactly.
Polish people were basically the white Mexicans of their community. Like, come on, y'all.
Deadass, yeah. Yeah, and you know what part of the thing is, I think, too, I was going to say, is this is more uniquely an American problem, because in Europe, they're far more willing to move around, because, again, they are a melting pot, but they actually are different countries, you know? So I think it's uniquely an American thing. Like, the Americas, like I mean, like, counting from Latin America as well. You know, because everyone south of the borders thinks the same. Like, literally, because I forgot what it was. Some foreigners from, I forgot what the country is, but they were trying to settle in Mexico City. And they were offered jobs and everything. But they're like, oh, it's not America, we don't care. So, like, literally, it's an America's thing. Like, literally, Mexico it's not a third world country, which is super crazy, but because a lot of the propaganda that America feeds, oh, we're #1, oh, Mexico's a backwater country, you know, it's spread even to other countries. Like, it's super crazy, bro. Like, American propaganda is what it is, because, like, that's why, like, another good example, someone was from Sweden, right, and they visited, and then when they said, oh, man, so you're here to study, they thought they were here to study so they could move here, and like, what, no, I'm going back to Sweden or Germany, and like, what, they got offended, like, oh, because I like my country, you know, and they said, like, well, what do you want? Like, oh, well, your transportation here sucks, and that's really annoying, you know, like, it's crazy to think that people who live in their country, you know, like living in their country. And it's crazy, because too many people think that America's #1, when the reality is, dude, they stopped being #1, like, fucking 50 years ago, Doc. In a lot of ways. Education, average salary, safety, you name it, bro. They ain't winning shit.
No, if you want to be a fucking capitalist, I'm not gonna lie, this is the #1 place to be. If
Sure.
you
Oh,
want
for
to be a
sure.
true blue, top of the line fucking capitalist, stealing everyone's fucking money,
Yeah.
this is the place to be, because that's exactly what it is.
No, I'll give you that one. I will say this much. I'll think America has given me a very good foothold for the business opportunity. I'll give it that, but that's about it.
We are #1 in greed, and it's by a fucking mile. We are #1 in greed. The way how we have our finger in everyone's fucking pie, and then on top of that, act like we're big shit. And on top of that, like, oh, if people are gonna start threatening us, we're just gonna flaunt our fucking ridiculously powerful fucking military.
Yeah,
I still believe our military is the strongest military on the planet.
I mean, it's not a
hate to be that
question.
person, but
No, that's literal fact. Anyone who has a brain cell can see that. Like, because all it is budget. No other country has the budget like America does. Granted, a lot of it's bloated, but at the end of the day, it's. I mean, all I gotta say is Russia's taking too long to take over Ukraine. Enough said. To be fair, I don't think they're putting all their force into it, but still.
To take over Ukraine is because we keep on sending them fucking weapons to protect themselves.
That too, right?
All we're doing is just fucking continuing this proxy war, and so
Exactly.
Like, honestly, Russia's just gonna get depleted. That's what this whole thing's about.
Right.
We need Russia for decades, and then once they're fucking like down to the fucking marrow of their fucking bone, then fucking capitalize on like, yeah, we're just gonna start annexing your shit.
Right.
Like, we can
Exactly.
go ahead and take that little piece of Ukraine you have now. In 10 years, we're gonna start taking big chunks of fucking Russia, and you're not gonna fucking like it. Because it's not just gonna be us. It's gonna be China. Because China's literally right there. They're waiting for your ass to fucking fail. Because they see how stupid you fucking are. They're not gonna fucking back you up anymore. And on top of that, you fucking pick the fight with the fucking UN. But how dumb can you be with that situation?
Yeah.
But
No.
granted, we as UN, we did steal your shit. That's the reason why you're kind of pissed off.
Right, see,
about
I like that
Ukraine.
you realize
You
that. I
can't
like
do
that you
nothing
realize
about
that. Right. But they gotta get over it. The biggest problem is they have to get over it, bro. Like, dude, get over it. It was years ago.
But look at the same time, like, who's their leader? A person who's fucking, like, he's a dictator who's, like, he's vindictive. That's his issue.
True.
He's very vindictive, and he wants to be able to go down in history of, like, oh, I fought back against the quote-unquote tyrants, even though he himself is a fucking tyrant. Oh, I fought against the true the tyrants of the world. Because, you know, they're evil America and their propaganda and the way how they try to spin things like, oh, no. We deadass know our history. If, you know, for those who actually know how to read over a 3rd grade level, we know what happened. We understand what happened. But at the same time, we're just fucking gangster like that. Like, we literally are the heavy-handed gangster just, like, chuckling at you because you're fucking getting beaten by our leftovers. Like, not even, like, grade A military shit.
Right, exactly.
Like, here, yeah, we got billions of dollars to throw. Let's just pretend we're gonna, quote-unquote, help the people. You're like, oh, yeah, we're gonna... Oh, by the way, hey, remember those weapons that we left over in Afghanistan and Pakistan and that when we pulled out? Yeah, the terrorists didn't take all of them, so you can take some of those too. Yeah, we'll wrap this up in a nice, pretty bow, and we'll send it over to Ukraine. They can use those over there too. Yeah, we know Hamas has some of our weapons, that's fine. And we can literally fucking eliminate them whenever the fuck we want, because those are our weapons that they're using. But we're good, you know, we're too worried about all this shit, like, you know, making money. We're not here to fucking save people.
Exactly, literally. I mean, that's the big thing. Like, dude, like, here's the funny thing. Like, Russia, Ukraine is embarrassing. America, Afghanistan is embarrassing. But here's the thing. Were they really trying? Like, because, again, Russia and America are the biggest armies, hands down. Like, Russia's biggest problem is long-term logistics, like you said. And again, just look at the... Like, because here's the thing. At least America's hand-me-downs are working weapons. Whereas Russia's hand-me-downs, like, they're literally sending men from Russia to die. Like, just straight up. Like, they're sending them to die. Which can be said also for America, but at least with America, you have a fighting chance. Like, they don't give you a literal BB gun. Like, you seen that? Have you seen the clip that went viral of the literal soldier that they took off from a Russian that was dead? It was literally a fucking BB gun. It's like, bro, that's embarrassing. You guys say, like, because here's the thing about Russia and America, like for both of them, like, it's embarrassing. But here's the thing: the reason they can't go all out, because let's be real, they have nukes. That's it. Conversation over. It's just politics. Like, what in Afghanistan could have America, but whatever. But like, oh no, we don't want to get bad neighbors with our middle. You know, it's literally, if it wasn't for politics, Russia and America would Ukraine gone. Oh, the whole Middle East gone. But they can't, because politics. Oh, we can't look bad. We can't just conquer over things, like, on paper, you know, even though Puerto Rico's kind of... You get what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing I said. And that's, again, they were made embarrassment by the fucking Al-Qaeda, because literally part of the problem is that some of the people would blend into the people, and they can't just mindlessly shoot civilians, because then, oh, they're going to look bad, right? You know, and that's an honest truth. Like, in all reality, like, me personally, I'm like, bro, that's why I'm like, nah, just nuke the Middle East. I'm sorry if I sound like an asshole. Like, they're just absolute barbarians. I don't care. Saudi Arabia's cool though. Me, like I said, hey, me, you, and Saudi, we're cool, bro. I send for y'all. We're tight. You guys donated me $300. We're cool. You guys are actually put your money where your mouth is. The other middle countries suck
honestly, like we have to actually start looking at fucking Saudi Arabia as the next big power when it comes to money. Because
100
moves and strides to make sure, like, within a century, they're definitely going to be in the conversation of, yeah, these are people that we have to deal with.
I mean, they're already, honestly, they're already in their own fucking league.
Yeah, true. I mean, entertainment-wise, they're 100% already there.
True.
I mean, where's everyone doing all their fucking boxing matches, their UFC fights,
yep.
Fucking
esports
races?
Don't forget esports.
Like, literally, the $3 million esports Call of Duty tournament that I just heard got announced, fucking Saudi Arabia. I'm like, what the fuck? When did this shit fucking happen? Why? Anyway, like, when it really comes down to it, man, like, money is power, and power is greed, and you're some greedy motherfuckers. And for as long as we are here, and as long as we're breathing, ain't no one gonna fucking touch us. Because if anyone tries to invade this place, the number one group of people I'm gonna be worried for is not us. It's gonna be the people who are gonna be invading. Because if they're invading, let's say, rural America, and they run into that one hillbilly with like all the fucking weapons that he fucking made from scratch since he was like 6 years old.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
exactly. That's what I mean. I agree with the sentiment that I don't see America falling from anybody except inside its own borders. That's the honest. It's not happening. It's one of the reasons. It's the same reason why Russia's hard to conquer. Like, the geography alone is a bitch. Like, you cannot just on foot go to America. You have to go in the ocean, and America has a good fucking navy. And then again, if you try to land in, homie, they have, like, that's one of the biggest strengths that defends America. Literally, like, the right to bear arms, and this is why, like, you know, you already know the whole, like, dude, like I said, a bunch of hillbillies. Yeah, good luck, bro. Like, you don't just have to face an army. You have literally civilians armed to the teeth. That's why, and that's why, and China knows this. That's why to them, that's what TikTok is their weapon, and they're winning. Like, China's being smart. They're like, no, we're gonna beat you with TikTok, and they're fucking winning. Like literally, it's fucking crazy. Like all three of them suck. I'm gonna be honest. America, China, and Russia all suck for all different reasons. China is putting the budget almost as much as America, and they're as invested as America. Their problem is their philosophy's garbage. Like, you know the whole thing about made in China. Like, no, because did you hear what happened with War Thunder, right? What they leaked? Oh, they leaked their tank rounds, right? Oh, look at our new tank. Bro, literally Russia and America and all the other countries laughed at them. They're like, bro, these are NATO rounds. What is this garbage ass shit? Like, and the another thing is, someone said, like, why a war with China would not last long. It's not because they have the manpower. They do. The problem is, remember their men? They're bitches. At least people here who, like, the problem with America is they don't have enough recruitment. They, you know, too many people are too overweight or too pussy or too woke. They don't want to be in the army. But at least the people who are in the army are men. You get what I'm saying? Maybe some of them crazy, whatever. But meanwhile, China, what do they have? Like, literally the people who are in higher positions of power, got there because daddy. You know, so, and it's even said that, if there's an ever war, it's a very well-known fact that a lot of those higher position young and Chinese people, they're just gonna dip. Like, they genuinely don't even want to fight the war. Like, literally, they would have such a huge abandonment issue. You're gonna say, like, the culture's the downfall for China. Like, they have fake patriotism. They don't have any real patriotism. Anyone, like, come on, bro. When it's a meme in your own country that, made in China, like, that's the biggest problem is their propaganda machine is garbage. Like, Russia and America's propaganda machine is way better. Wouldn't you agree? There's a reason people are leaving China. Most Americans and Russians don't want to leave their country. Like, that's the problem. Like, the problem with China is they're trying so hard with their propaganda and they're failing. And the people who are in their army are absolutely a joke. Like, they have the equipment, they have the budget and manpower. They just don't have the willpower like Russia or America. Like, there were people who were unironically who went, yo, I want to clap these filthy Ukrainians. Like, they actually, there is Russian pride, 100%. That's not a cap. There is American pride, even though it's going down in the gutter, right? But it's there. There is never any Chinese pride, bro. Like, it's a fucking myth. And the people who are, dude, even other Chinese people laugh at you like, oh, you really buy the propaganda they have here? Fucking dumbass. You know, like that, they literally, you get laughed at for believing the propaganda. They just know that, oh yeah, no, China's just annoying, you just gotta deal with them, you know, let them think that they have power. And it doesn't help that right now they're having a power struggle, so they're probably gonna switch, you know, whoever, the new Xi Jinping or whatever it is going on over there, right? So they're...
Oh, speaking of fucking power struggle, hold on a minute, did you hear about this fucking, the Mexican president? See that fucking happened just recently?
Oh no, what happened recently?
Oh, okay, so apparently there was a woman, check this out article for my wife, like, oh, there was a woman president that was elected, and like less than 24 hours, it seems she was executed, and everyone's alluding that it's possible it was the cartel that did it because it seems like, you know, she was 100% against all the things that the cartel were doing. But obviously out there in Mexico, you going against the cartel, that's a giant fucking no-no. Like, so a lot of people are just speculating that yeah, she got killed from the fucking cartel because the cartel don't play that shit.
Well, and it actually, you know what's funny actually? So the situation in Mexico, I can up-to-date you guys. So the last president, I guess he's not there anymore. Maybe it was office, but no, actually Mexico had a really good president recently. He's this old school dude, and everybody loves him, right? But because, dude, historically, dude, like, here's the funny thing: Japan, Mexico, and the U.S. they shake hands on how corrupt they are. The funny thing is that Japan is more corrupt than America, which is weird to say. I think money. The only reason why Japan is more functioning is because their values are stronger. Like over there, like you don't hear people money launder and all that shit. Like, but at least in Japan, like, okay, we're gonna steal money, but at least we'll leave construction alone, right? They know their limits. They're like, okay, we can't just take all the money from the construction sector. We're here, like, you know what? We're okay with potholes. We don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know they have to at least keep their people happy to even take money. Like, at least, you know what I'm saying? Like, Japan are just smarter with the corruption, whereas America, they're just stupid. You know, that's the problem with the corruption, but it's way more prevalent over there than it is here, right? That's the reason in Godzilla, like I said, the film, people loved it because, like, they were ousting how stupid the fucking government, inefficient they are. That's the biggest problem, too. The Japanese government is super inefficient. Whereas Mexico is both. We're corrupt and inefficient, bro. And for the longest time, dude, a lot of our presidents were just actual trash, bro. Like at least, like, in America, the presidents are like, okay, they're alright, whatever. You can think you don't like them, whatever, doesn't matter. But at least there was, like, as far as I'm concerned, only Nixon was like a corrupt president. But outside of that, the rest of them, even Trump, like, his biggest thing, okay, if it was corruption, it was like with money laundering. He wasn't purposely going out of his way to fuck the American people. Like, for as much, say what you will, he did care about America and his people because we want to be number one. Just look at his hat, right? Say what you will, he definitely was a patriot, and he definitely was actually looking out in the best interest for his people.
Oh no, you don't gotta tell me twice. I'm actually a huge Trump fan because the way how he ended up holding himself in that presidency was a lot. So, like, it was the exact opposite of what I was expecting.
Right.
I actually give him that props for that shit because, like, he actually did show that he does care for the American people. He does want us to progress forward as a people and not just fucking separately, the way how a lot of this shit has been so far. Because right now, currently, the country feels like it's the most segregated it's been in a really long time, at least in my lifetime, and it's fucking ridiculous.
Absolutely. No, I agree with you on that one. And the biggest thing is, like, my biggest critique is, like, he's just not a good president. That's it. Like, I have nothing against the guy. I'm not gonna say he's a racist because that's the stupidest shit ever. You could look at him and be like, yeah, he's not racist. You know, that's the problem. Like, the problem with these lefties is they'll point these points that have nothing to actually do with his actual presidency. Like, they can never give you a genuine critique. I'm like, my biggest critique is he just didn't do much. I don't think he's, like, you know, whatever. Like, he got finessed by China for a bit, but then he clapped back. So it's like, all right, fair game, you know.
Yeah, and at least he's the president, like, if he does realize that, oh, you're fucking me over, he will clap back.
Right, exactly.
Biden really just saw his fucking fuck's going on, and then wake up in another random place. Did you say the last meeting he was at? I cannot believe that we've been watching this president fucking wander around and try to figure out where the fuck he is every time he's on fucking TV. It's ridiculous.
It's hilarious.
It's like they're doing like a speech and everything, and he's like, wait, who are all these people? Who are you? Like, who even look at his life? Like, who are you? Like, this is not the type of person that should be running the fucking country.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously.
Like,
and it is clear that he isn't the person that's running the country. It's more so his administration and the people who are fucking holding the strings.
Absolutely.
Because look how crazy this 180 is, especially with, like, the whole border situation, where, like, literally the majority of his fucking term, he's been letting everyone come in. Like, literally everyone. If you're coming from south of the border, just come in. You know, we'll make room for you. Hey, you know, we're a happy family here. And it has fucked up a lot of these major cities. Now, recently, he just passed a bill, or he was about to pass a bill, stating that, you know, if Border Patrol ends up getting people up to 2,500, they can no longer get people for the rest of the week. So after they have to count 2,500 people coming in, which is crazy to even think that he's okay with this now, on account of when he started this shit, millions of people fucking started leaking in. Just over here, in like near our area, like fucking over 7 million people fucking came from south of the border, and not just Mexicans, not just Venezuelans, like literally people from China, literally people from the Middle East, like were coming in droves from the south up here, and now they're here. Fucking, like, it's wild. We have no real idea of just the amount of people that are actually here, other than the fact that we did just fucking sardine a bunch of people into like fucking buses and planes. Like, we fucking gave them planes to fucking come over here. Are you serious? It's fucking wild, man.
To me, what bothers me is like you can't even take care of your own people, but you want to bring more people in. Okay, that makes sense, bro. You know. Right. And anyone wants to say, "Oh, see," and here's the best part. And here's the best part that makes our conversation. This is what I said. I hate people when say left wing, right wing, because it just dumbs down the conversation, and it's a lot more nuanced than that. You know. Because, like, dude, we're both minorities, and we're like, people, oh, you guys are Republican. Like, bro, I'm basically mid. I wouldn't say I'm Republican or left. Because I agree with a lot of the things on point, both sides, right?
No, like the great Chris Rock would say, it depends on the situation. Like, when it comes to crime, I'm conservative. Constitution, I'm liberal.
Right, like, exactly.
It really depends on the situation. Absolutely. Like, the way how I'm going to end up feeling about certain things. Like, if you end up bringing, like, the border, fucking... You know, people having gay rights and fucking trans rights and all this other shit. I have particular views for each and every standpoint. I can't just have one view.
Exactly. Yeah, that's super stupid. That's why the whole argument of left and right is so stupid. It makes absolutely. It's not realistic. It's not a real representation of how people actually think.
It's like, oh man, but you have to choose a side. It's either Coke or Pepsi, all right?
Right. Yeah.
And after you choose that, we have to see just how extreme you go to your Coke or Pepsi. Do you like the cream Coke or the orange Coke or the cherry Coke, or do you like the wild cherry vanilla Pepsi? Like, which one do you really like? That's the one you really have to choose.
Yep.
Because that's what's more important. Like, the illusion of choice is so fucking ridiculous. Like, we only could choose between two fucking parties because they won't allow any other party to have a legitimate
And that's the biggest problem. Yep, absolutely. That is the #1 problem with the American political
you go
system.
to fucking Baskin Robbins and there's 31 fucking flavors of fucking ice cream. It's like, that's the illusion of choice. They make you think, oh yeah, like here in society you have the choice of whatever the fuck you want. But when it comes to the real serious shit, like politics, no. You only have two choices, bro. And most of the time, let's be honest, you only have one choice.
Yeah.
And that's whatever it's the most dominant choice inside the office at that time.
Yeah.
Like it can be red or fucking blue, either way. Like if they're completely dominant in that sphere at that current time, that's all you're gonna get for at least 2 terms.
Yeah, and that's what like Obama got really fucking fucked during his end of the term. Like he couldn't really do anything, you know.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, you know, the other thing, further pointing out that people don't understand politics, oh, you know, more people got deported when Obama was president than Trump. So in reality, Obama was more right-wing than people actually think he was. Hilarious. Nah, bro. But like I said, the whole thing looping back to the president thing, like, dude, again, I guess he's not president anymore, but he was a really good dude. This dude had no security. Like literally, he's loved. Like, seriously, we haven't had this. It was such a breath of fresh air to have a good president. And like, imagine if all you've had for years was like Putin, right? But worse. And like, he had no charisma or anything, and now you actually get like Obama. Like, we went from like Putin to Obama. I mean, but like, you know, it's like such a stark difference. Like, someone who actually cared about the people, wasn't lying to you. And like, dude, that literally the reason why he said that, like, they said, oh, why don't you go to security? Because I'm confident that the people of Mexico will protect me. And dude, it's true. It's like you could not fuck with him. And he was totally against Narcos. And the thing is, Narcos don't have as much power as they used to. So I think specifically that chick, if that is the case, she's pissed off one particular one. Because right now, dude, believe it, the Narcos don't have the power they used to. You know how bad they're getting fucked? The military's cracked down, and again, thanks to our president's uncorruptible, and our people are literally defending him, because there's because this is what happened. There's this police officer who went on a whole vendetta spree against narcos, right? Like, he personally actually went after so many and even publicly humiliated them, to the point where narcos actually feared him because you couldn't corrupt them. The police force was corrupt. They had to change him to another station so he couldn't, like, keep cracking down on them, bro. Like, a lot of the corruption is everybody but, like, it's the top of the chain. So that theory doesn't really hold water, because see, it just shows to show you how out of touch people are with my government and the people in it. Like, people are saying, debating we're gonna be the new China, because a lot of manufacturing is going from China to us. So that's another thing. But yeah, so
I love China. I China all the time.
But yeah, that's fun fact for you guys. Update on what's going on with my country. But yeah, no, dude, he's fucking absolutely beloved.
And as a matter of fact, I do want to correct myself. I ended up saying it was probably like the woman president. It was actually because I went to go look for it because I'm like, oh, where the fuck is it? I could have sworn I saw it the other fucking day. The actual, because this is from BBC, Mexico election, mayor killed after first woman elected leader.
Oh, mayor. So
and yeah, the killing of Yolanda Sanchez comes just hours after a historical landslide victory for Mexico's first woman president. So it was a mayor who ended up getting killed.
Okay.
And it's seemingly over the idea that this woman president was elected, and I guess they're blaming her.
Yep. Did someone knock?
I haven't read it yet. I just found it. I'm about to read through it, but that's fucking wild.
Your papa? Oh, it's your papa. Apenas se despertó. Oh, sorry about that. Baby watching. Continue. Sorry about that. Apologies.
Man, no, that's all good, man. I swear, I was gonna end up losing so much money fucking trusting in the GameStop again. Like, it happened already. They're not gonna let it happen again because the rules of greed and the way how shit is. You have to find another way to back pocket this shit. We missed the wave, unfortunately, but at the same time, we have to be more savvy to catch it. And on top of that, not only us to be more savvy, but we have to be able to teach our children as we grow up as well. Because let's be honest, did any of our parents teach us how to be fucking financially stable?
Hell no. No, thanks.
Financially stable was being able to save a single check and actually spending it on shit that you need around the house. That was it. Oh, man. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and figure out where me and the wife are going to have for dinner. And on top of that, the fucking NBA finals are happening. And I want to see if another European ends up beating a young buck who's leading scorer in the fucking league. But basically, sports, that's what I'm looking for. So, yeah. Nice talking with you about politics. It kind of sucks I don't have too many people to talk about politics with, but I'm glad I'm able to talk to you about it because this shit is fucking, it's wild.
Yeah, no, man. I mean, if we can talk about gaming and not get weird about it, I think we could totally do politics, right? Because, like, video games are politics in its own way, which is really weird.
But it is.
Yeah. But yeah, man, thanks for swinging by, bro. Appreciate.
Alright, good, man. Well, go ahead and get your div on, get your play on, get your everything on, man. And happy Friday Eve. I'll end up probably seeing you during the weekend if you're gonna be jumping online doing anything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that reminds me, I gotta download Monster Hunter Rise anyway.
Now there you go, man. I'll help you with that if you're starting that for sure.
Yeah, buddy. Alright,
big pieces, bro.
Later.